I'm going to say some things, and the other performers are going to say some things that I promise you we don't really believe, okay? We're playing a character, so please don't go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Because some of the issues, the big issues that the standards would ask you to reflect would be knowledge of the war in Vietnam, which you probably haven't studied a whole lot yet, knowledge of the civil rights conflict in America, which was, we're talking about the time when Martin Luther King was killed, and it was a very, very delicate time. And then knowledge of the culture, which people refer to as kind of sex, drugs, and rock and roll sort of thing, you know, Woodstock and that kind of situation. So we're going to talk about those things as if we were there, but I just need you to hear me. That this most important disclaimer is that we don't believe the things that we're saying, especially the one student who will represent a very racist point of view, which, believe me, there were many at that time. Once we're done with this, he'll break character. You can ask him what he really thinks about these things, that kind of thing. Let me just ask you to do this then. Here's our situation. Here's our context. We're going to pretend that we're on the college campus in Ohio in 1970, right? The college campus is called Kent State University. And something happened there in 1970 having to do with Vietnam and protest and civil rights and that sort of thing, where college students were killed, right? That event has just happened. Has just happened. Now, here's the hard part for you guys. I need you to do as best as you can to forget everything that you know about 2011 and your whole life. I need you to think of yourself as being back there, because we're going to ask you your opinions of things. And don't have, well, I know how it's all going to end, therefore I'm going to be against Vietnam. You wouldn't have necessarily all been against Vietnam at that time. You know, that sort of thing, against the war, or in favor of civil rights. Some of you wouldn't be. So I'm going to ask you to play a part. We're going to ask you your opinion. And the other students that are coming in are going to ask you to take a stand. Young man, we want you guys to go to the jungle of Vietnam to fight the Viet Cong, right? Some of you might be thinking in terms of, no, I'm not going over there. I'm going to Canada. Now keep in mind, there's a draft on. What does the draft mean? You know what that means? You don't have a choice, right? It's illegal to say no unless you leave the country. And that's a big, big issue. That's why a number of these students are protesting at the time. We're going to have some students who will play those who are in favor of the war in Vietnam, some are against. Some in favor of civil rights, some against. Some in favor of drugs and LSD and Woodstock, and some who like Brady Bunch and Andy Griffith and the more wholesome types, right? And so there's a big, big debate. Any questions about what we're going to do? Can you guys play along with us a little bit? Yes. I very much appreciate it. Obviously, Ms. Parker here is going to be a hippie at the time.
She's loved.
She's done this a lot, and we don't have a script. We don't have a script. We're going to let it go where it ends up going. All right. So when my students come in, it's May 5th, 1970. When they come in, they're coming into your college class.
Y'all in college, you are, remember, everything that they say and the way that some of them, they will say things that they do not believe. That's the big thing I want y'all to understand. But for the purposes of living history, it's just like we do with the Declaration. There's things you have to do to become one of these people, you know, to experience history. All right? So, I know y'all do get it. We're ready. But it's not questions like what happened at Kent State. No.
Yeah, if it's
They're gonna like I'm
just gonna say what's that John
You know what? I just think everybody should love everyone.
Hey, there. I mean, parents